To help Tesla with a critical problem, I've invented something with the latest technologies that is years ahead of its time. In this episode, I'll reveal my brand new invention and show you everything this bad boy can do. My name is Jonathan Duran. Let's talk Tesla. Before I show you my new invention, you need to understand that people have doubted and attacked Tesla since the very beginning.
Talking about one of the most hyped IPOs in recent memory, the soon-to-be red-hot Tesla Motors, which will trade under the symbol TSLA when it comes public next week. I think Tesla will be a fabulous IPO, but I want to make sure all you home gamers understand the difference between a red-hot IPO and a red-hot stock, so that you can benefit from the initial fire without being scorched by the flames after this baby comes public. See, Tesla's an electric vehicle maker, and I think this space is all sizzle without any stage. Sell.
But Musk has always been there to defend the company.
Yeah, it's actually funny, because before we were able to get the Roadster out, then they'd say, well, you couldn't possibly make that car work. And then when we made the car work, they'd say, well, nobody's going to buy it. And then people bought it. And then we announced the Model S, and so many people called bullshit on that. It was ridiculous. And yet, actually, we were able to bring it to market. And then when we brought it to market, they said, well, you're never going to be able to produce it at volume. And we did that. And then they said, you will never be able to make a profit. And then we did that in Q1. So I'm hopeful that people will observe that there's a trend here.
And remember when Mitt Romney suggested Tesla would just be another loser example of wasted government spending?
You put $90 billion, like 50 years worth of breaks into solar and wind, to Solyndra and Fisker and Tesla and Enter1. I mean, I had a friend who said you don't just pick the winners and losers, you pick the losers. All right. So this is not the kind of policy you want to have. You want to get America energy secure.
Well, less than a year later, Musk once again delivered.
Repaying this loan yesterday, Elon, it must feel good to kind of hit back at the critics like Mitt Romney, who called your company a loser.
Well, it really feels good to have repaid the U.S. taxpayer. That's really what's important here. And we didn't just repay the principal. We actually repaid it with interest and a bonus payment. So ultimately, the U.S. taxpayer actually made a profit of over $20 million on this loan.
And it didn't stop there. Tesla went on to successfully build and deliver the Model S and the Model X. They won Motor Trend Car of the Year in 2013, and they scored so high on the Consumer Reports tests that they had to come up with a new scoring system to accommodate the car. So you might ask, after years of proving people wrong, why is there still an arsenal of negative press and a bunch of BS attacks against the company? Ultimately, it boils down to money. Take big oil and the powerful utilities, for example. They see Tesla as a threat, so they run ads and lobby to slow down or kill progress because it eats into their profits. The sad part is, these efforts are highly successful. Like in the late 90s, when a lobbying effort by the Western States Petroleum Association effectively killed General Motors' EV1, which was one of the earliest attempts at creating an electric vehicle. And more recently, we even saw a lobbying effort from Warren Buffett's own utility company, NV Energy in Nevada, where they successfully campaigned to prevent homeowners with solar installations from being able to sell their excess power back to the grid, overall making it less economical to go solar. That's like saying to a homeowner who enjoys gardening that it's okay to grow vegetables, but you're not allowed to keep anything you grow. It's total BS. And it doesn't stop there, because then you have the opportunists that will exploit anything they can to make a buck. And we see this with the media, that seems more interested in profiting from the traffic they drive to their websites than the quality or factual nature of the material itself. And also from short sellers and financial institutions that often can profit if the stock goes down. Something just seems wrong about this. So to thwart these attacks, we need to fight back. Introducing my brand new invention, the Tesla Bullshit Bot 5000. How does it work, you ask? Well, check this out. First, just locate some real grade A BS, like this article from Bloomberg written by their auto tech reporter Dana Hall. The article not only suggests Tesla is likely to go bankrupt in 2018, they even created this animated GIF of Musk incinerating cash into two boring company flamethrowers. And if that wasn't enough, they thought it would be cute to show you in real time just how much money they claim Tesla is wasting. Well, Dana, let me show you how the bullshit bot 5000 works. See, you just enable it like this and press. Our software kicks in, utilizing a combination of the best available AI and machine learning algorithms to detect even the stupidest BS. And replace it with useful information, like, for example, the truth. Look, the headline no longer suggests the company is burning cash and instead offers the reality that Tesla is investing money to support their unprecedented growth rate. And instead of falsely incinerating cash, Musk is more accurately now pouring the money into factories and automation equipment that will pay dividends for years to come. And finally, our bot has updated that dumb counter to something even stupider, like how much money Bloomberg is probably making from all the clickbait articles just like this one that they hosted today. Now that you see how it works, let's put this baby to the test. Take this front page national headline, for example. It's just one of many that to an uninformed reader could easily make you assume that Tesla vehicles are not safe. But this couldn't be any further from the truth. The reality is, the distracted driver, who later confirmed that they were just checking their cell phone prior to the accident, miraculously survived this 60-mile-per-hour impact. That should have been the headline. Yet even though data suggests driving a Tesla is 4 times safer than the average vehicle, the writer knew that wouldn't drive the clicks. And the most sad thing about all of this is that there are 40,000 automotive deaths each year in the United States alone. That would be the equivalent of multiple, fully loaded 747 airplanes crashing every single week. Could you imagine? And yet, you barely hear about them in the media. And when you do, you certainly don't hear about the brand of the vehicle involved in the accident. All we get instead is a constant stream of clickbait. To me, writing a headline in this manner seems unethical and is most certainly BS. Finally, this even works with video. Check this out.
Is it a buy here or is it a sell here? I don't really care that it came from 30 or 200 or 300.
But it's still a sell here as far as you're concerned.
Oh, we're still short, yeah.
And do you have a price target in mind?
Well, we think the equity's worthless, so how's zero?
Zero. That's a pretty aggressive one.
No, we think the equity's not worth anything.
Oh, thank goodness. Sometimes the nonsense that comes out of Jim Chanos' mouth is hard to handle, but I think you get the idea. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering, how can I get my hands on my very own Tesla BS Bot 5000 bullshit detector? Well, unfortunately, I have some sad news for you. There is no magic BS detector. It's up to you to call bullshit and do everything you can to call out the media and the powers that be when you see something being maliciously or erroneously reported. And that goes beyond Tesla. If you liked this video, please subscribe, but don't stop there. Leave a comment below about any BS that you think needs to be called out. My name is Jonathan Duran, and again, thank you for watching.